Hi friends. I have a cute story for you. So I color my hair and I try and make it so it has like highlights in it. So I start on one side one month and the next month I start on the other side. So when you look at my hair, you can see there's like different colors, right? So there's a really blonde and then there's a little darker and a little darker. And so I was visiting my granddaughter and she said, Grandma, are you getting old? And I said, yeah, why? And she said, because your hair is changing colors. Your hair is different colors. And I thought it was funny because I had just colored my hair and I was visiting her and I said, yeah, Grandma's hair is different colors. And she says, Grandma, I'm going to miss you when you die. And I said, I'll miss you when I die too. I thought that was so cute. So I thought of that because I colored my hair this week and this showed up. So those black lines, you see it, sometimes it shows it better if I put pressure on it. So the only time I get those is when I touch something they don't like. So if I touch gasoline or if I touch hydrogen peroxide, something that's chemical they don't like, that's when they show up. So anyway, I was thinking about it because I colored my hair and that showed up. So that's why I thought I'd share that cute little story with you. So yes, my hair is changing colors. I guess her mother had just, explained that when people get old, their hair changes colors. So it's cute because she saw the different colors in my hair. She said that. Anyway, so the update for today, several people have suggested on the YouTube comments and my blog about sulfur soap. So thank you to those of you, it was several of you. So thank you to you for suggesting that. And I hadn't been able to find any, but somebody told me it was it's not by the soaps at all, even in the health part at Walmart where I lived, it's not there. And one of them said it was in the Hispanic section of hair products or body products in a yellow box. Well, there wasn't any at mine. I guess there's where, depending on where you live, the amount of people, the things that they sell, whatever. So that was not there. But I checked in the facial area and they had these 3 different ones for acne in the acne area, specialty soaps. So they had another place where they did like bath bombs and bath soaps, and it wasn't in that section. It was by like specific acne treatments. So I bought 3 different soaps and I want to share about those. So also somebody shared that they spray themselves with vinegar. I wanted to write down their names and thank them. I should have done that. So I tried that last week. I put some, I bought a case of this coconut water vinegar. It's got the mother in it and it's raw and it's kind of like the apple cider vinegar, but I don't do well with vinegar. And I've tried Bragg's many times and I just can't take it. I don't know why. My body can't tolerate it. And so I bought a case of this and had it shipped over, and it's from Thailand. But nope, it doesn't work any better. I cannot tolerate vinegar for some reason. So anyway, I thought, oh, well, perfect. I'll put it in a spray bottle and spray it on me. So I sprayed it on me and then it kind of loosened up the biofilm a little bit. And so then I scraped off the biofilm. I sprayed more vinegar, scraped off the biofilm, sprayed more vinegar. And after about 4 times of that, I felt really clean. But, I've got such a bad parasite load that it didn't last very long, within a day or 2 it's back. But that worked pretty well. I smell like my vinegar shower smelled like vinegar, but that wasn't bad. So I thought I'll try the soaps that these people are suggesting and see if I can find a sulfur soap. So I asked around and finally found them. So none on the front said sulfur soaps. Like I couldn't find any that said that, but I was interested in some of the other things that I found there and I wanted to try them all. So I did a little scrub test. I bought 3 different bars of soap and I put 1 on this side, 1 in the center, and 1 on this side because I get them mostly on my upper arm, shoulder area here, and then right here, and then here the biofilm and the little bumps. So I thought I would get those ones and those 3 and try them. So last night I did try them, and I'm going to show you each one of them and tell you how it worked. And they were quite expensive. All of them were over $4, I think. Okay, so this first one is Shea Moisture African Black Soap Eczema and Psoriasis Therapy Medicated Cleansing Bar for sensitive skin. Calm, clear, and heat. Heal, sorry. Glasses. Homeopathic medicine, hypoallergenic, blah, blah, blah. And the active ingredients are, and I have to do this down here because I can't see it up with the light behind it. Ficus extract tincture. Focus. Fucus. Vesculosa extract. Centella asiatica, Melissa officinalis, and aloe something. So those are the active ingredients, and I'm going to hold it up so you can see it without the glare, hopefully. And that is, you see how little the writing is. I should have just held it up there. Anyway, so when I pulled that one out of the box, it's black, 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 black. And sizes of the soaps. So, well, I'll do that in a minute. So there's that one. The next one I bought was Grandpa's Soap Pine Tar, the original Wonder Soap. Hardworking, simple, pure ingredients that are the heart of our natural soap making traditions from our family to yours since 1878, 100% plant-based tar. So that's what that one looks like. No sulfates, parabens, EDTA. It's really pure. And here's the ingredients in that one. Okay. And then it looks like this. Kind of a khaki military looking soap. But when I got the bag home, I was bringing it into the house and I could smell campfire, and I thought somebody was burning some wood in their wood burning stove or something. Then I got in the house and I could smell campfire, and I realized it was coming out of the bag. And so I sniffed the soaps, and that pine tar one, every time I come into my house or I walk into the bathroom, like when I didn't have it in the bathroom yet, it was in the bringing in the groceries and everything. Every time I'd walk in a room, I would be like, oh, it smells like campfire. And then during the shower, it smells like campfire. I didn't smell like campfire, but the bathroom smells like campfire. So it comes off clean. I don't smell like campfire, but really, even in the bathroom dry, I walk in, I'm like, campfire. So it has a campfire smell. I think it's that pine tar, like when you throw a pine log on the fire, it smells like that. It really does. I was like, that's just weird. It takes me back to camping every time I smell it. Okay, the last one, I did find a sulfur bar. It has 3% sulfur. Now, I don't know if the bars that these people have suggested, I've had, like I said, several people suggest using sulfur bar, but this one's just 3%, and this was the only one I could find at Walmart. And like I said, I live in a small town, so if Walmart doesn't have it, I'm not going to be able to find it. So it's called Thylox, and it's an acne treatment, and it's the Grandpa Soap Company again. And then the active ingredient is, so it looks like this, and that's the back. So, and it looks like this. It just looks like a bar of soap. So, well, sulfur is white anyway, right? So, the sizes, okay. That is the difference in the sizes. This one's like a Dove bar, though. It's got the scoop in the back, so technically it's not, it looks a lot bigger, but it is bigger in size. The Thylox one is the smallest in size, so so there's that. So I rubbed it down. I washed the soap, put the soap on. I got out of the water a little, got out of the stream of the water. I put soap, all on here, let it sit, soaked everything, let it sit. So all 3 were on me at the same time for maybe 2 minutes. I just left them on, and then I took my nails and just scraped the area to see if I could get any of the biofilm off and see if I was clean. Immediately, the pine tar one foamed up almost. It was really soapy, like thicker soapy. And I don't know if it was because it was taking off the biofilm, or if this is the area that I have the most biofilm, but it was kind of really, but it was up here too, because I used it on my face as well. I used it here and on my neck and on my chest area, right here. And I was able to like scrape a lot of, but I don't know if it was a soap that I was scraping or that, but it was a lot more foamy and thick than the other 2. So that was the first difference that I noticed in it. But it could be that the pine tar was making the biofilm come off. So then I rinsed, and then as I rinsed, it felt like, like if you're rubbing your hand and something's clean, it squeaks. That's what was happening. So both the shea butter eczema psoriasis one and the Grandpa's pine tar soap both gave me a really squeaky clean, kind of squeaky feeling. This one was a little bit more sticky, like I couldn't slide my hands across it, but I don't know if that's the pine tar making it sticky or if it's the like my skin was cleaner. So those 2 both left it very squeaky clean. The Thylox Sulfur Bar, it didn't feel as clean. It didn't feel like it took as much of the biofilm off. It didn't feel as squeaky, like it didn't squeaky clean. I could slide my fingers like this on it, whereas the other ones I couldn't slide them. It was like, when I say squeaky, I couldn't do this on my skin. It was stick. So like I said, I don't know if it was the pine tar or something, one of the oils, but I do think it was more clean, and it made it feel more clean. So then I wanted to see how I felt like after the shower when I was drying. So when I got the towel to dry it, the towel, normally you just kind of rub it on, but the towel was like I had to more work to get the towel to dry it. So I don't know if it was more squeaky clean or if it was just the pine tar again, but I do feel that both of those soaps worked better than the sulfur soap. And because even today, like I just was feeling it, and I had, rubbing my hand on my arms, and the sulfur one just never felt as clean. It just kind of felt, it was more like a regular soap. I don't know. Maybe there's more bars with more sulfur in them, and I'm going to try and find more. I'm going to head to a big city this week maybe and see if I can find one, like maybe at a health food store that has a higher sulfur content. But I didn't feel that the sulfur bar made that much of a difference. So, and my skin doesn't feel as clean on that side. So, and I actually have probably more on this arm than on this arm. So maybe that wasn't as fair, but it just felt cleaner. Like the whole thing felt cleaner. So I don't know. Try all of whatever you feel you want to try, but maybe if you can find a higher concentration of sulfur in the soap. But I didn't feel like I got very much out of that sulfur soap. But the pine tar one, I am excited to try again, just all over and see how it does. It just felt like, and I think maybe it is the pine. I know that it's got the terpenes in it that the parasites don't like, and that's why turpentine works well on killing parasites. So I think it's just the pine. I think it's the pine and the pine tar. And somebody did mention that at some point. I think it was, I think it could have been online, but it could have been somebody at the hardware store mentioned pine tar ointment. There was some pine tar ointment or something, and I was asking about it, and I thought maybe I would try that. But yeah, this pine tar by Grandpa's Soap Company really, it was different. It was a different soap. It just felt different as it went on. It felt different when I rinsed it, when I dried off. It just felt different. So, but however, my Parasite load is so bad that it didn't, like, they're back already, but not, you know, I can tell there's a difference between the arms, how bad they are already. So that was interesting. The last thing, so I think for the price, I don't know that they're really worth it. I think I might just stick with the vinegar. You have to kind of scrape it off and let it sit for a minute and then scrape it off more. But now that I've got the soaps, I'm going to try them and see if I see anything different, because I've already paid the money for them anyway. Okay, so that's just information for what it is, but I do think the spray bottle in the shower with the vinegar in it is a good way to go. If, you know, you've got to want to get it off quickly and you don't have time to bathe in a citrus bath or something. The last thing was I had that dream about smoking marijuana or not smoking marijuana, about eating some fresh leaves and stuff on marijuana. And I had that 3 times and I've shared it on several different videos. So I bought CBD oil wondering if that would work. I bought this brand, the Healing Herb CBD Total Plant Complex. Gosh, I don't know, a year ago maybe. And you can see it's probably half empty. I tried it pretty regularly and I didn't notice any difference, so I stopped taking it. I just, you know, if I try something for a week or two and if I don't feel like it's doing anything, then I just stop taking it. Because it's hard to take something that you don't feel. So my daughter did some research on that, because in the dream there was specifically white flowers, white buds, and I didn't know marijuana had white flowers. I just didn't know that. So when I was doing the research, I specifically was looking up white flowers because I've never known that. It's not like I'm growing it and seeing the plants anytime. So my daughter did some research, and found that there's companies that make whole flower CBD oil. And so I contacted one of them and they were very sweet. The lady was Robin and she was very sweet. And the bottles were $300 and you only need 2 drops of their oil. And she was really sweet and she sent me a tester. So this is the bottle that I bought at the health food store, and this is the tester that she sent me. But it has alcohol in it. It's extracted and mixed with alcohol or some kind of made it into a tincture, because I have allergies to any homeopath or whatever that has alcohol in it, and it causes swelling under, like, welts on my tongue. I don't know if you can see them. You can't. It's just dark. But and I put it under my tongue, and I was not happy for the day. And then I tried it on top of my tongue. It was like to take it in a liquid form, but it's irritating my body. So I was just trying to avoid needing to use marijuana or try marijuana if I could. I was hoping that the CBD oil would help. But what I did learn from Robin was, she said that when the flowers are open and white, it's the female plant opening up, and their little hairs or something are open to receiving the pollen and or be pollinated, and that's when they have their most energies in the flower. And so maybe in the dream that I had, maybe the white, like that's when they are at their strongest or whatever. So she was saying if I could find somebody that grows it and see if I could get fresh leaves and fresh flowers to try that. So I don't know anybody, and I don't know that I would have access to that. I don't know. Like I said, our state has medical marijuana, and I'm sure I qualify with the Parasite, but you can't grow it yourself. So I'm still kind of trying to figure that one out. Like I said, I'm still trying new things. Every week I'm trying something new. You can tell the update videos. I'm researching new things all the time, and I'm trying new things, and I'm ordering things online all the time, trying to find what will work. But the CBD, this was it's not, doesn't even have the name of the company on it, but and I didn't want to give them any bad press because the product is probably great, but I just can't take it with the alcohol in it. So so that's 2 different types of CBD oil that I've tried, and I haven't. I mean, I still took 4 doses so far in the last 2 days or 3 days or so of this CBD oil, and I'm just not seeing any differences. I don't notice anything, and so kind of sad about that because I was hoping that could work because you could give that to kids even, but it's not going to work for me. So it might work for you. I'm not saying that it won't work for you, but it just isn't working for me. So this was a total plant complex, and this was a whole plant full spectrum extract. So that's not working. So anyway, I just wanted to update you on those few things. It seems like if I don't do an update video, then I forget about things that I've tried and I don't share about them. So I'm trying to keep up on that and share with you everything that I've tried, so that I can keep current, because when I wait in between, and I was waiting a month or 2, and I was like, I can't remember what I've tried and what I haven't tried and what worked, what didn't work, or whatever. So just trying to keep up on that. So anyway, keep sending your suggestions because I'm obviously trying them. But like I said, maybe the sulfur soap would work for you. You can try it. I was just letting you know about those other 2 because I do felt like they both worked better for me than the sulfur soap that I tried. But the vinegar is the cheapest method, and it still worked. It was just a couple of coats. And if I had kept putting soap on and scrubbing, it probably would have had the same effect too. But the vinegar was just easier to kind of deal with and a lot cheaper. So there's that. Anyway, check out my blog. I'll try and do a post on this, take pictures and write a little bit more description, and maybe talk to Robin at that company and put that information on there as well, because it might work great for you. It might be just what you need, but it's not working for me. So thanks for watching and have a blessed day. It's not stopping.